wizard is about to raise the dead. Wizard Video, the horror and cult film leader, and Lightning Video, the distribution leader, are breaking new ground together. To celebrate their new alliance, they're having a sale, a graveyard sale, with prices low enough to raise the dead. For the first time ever, every title is just $29.95. It's a gravely exciting procession of the most popular zombies, demons, maniacs, and monsters on tape. All 37 titles are just $29.95. But hurry, this offer is only good for 60 haunting days. Rob the grave of your choice, including I Spit on Your Grave, the #1 selling cult classic. What they did to her, no one could forgive. What she did to them, no one could imagine. It's brutal, shocking revenge. I Spit on Your Grave. Zombie Lake. Buried for decades beneath the water, an entire German regiment returns from the dead. They terrorize a town, searching for blood and revenge. In the great tradition of Night of the Living Dead, Zombie Lake is a classic tale of horror. The Boogeyman. When you were a child, the Boogeyman was just a fantasy.
Had its own power.
Starring Master of Horror, John Carradine. By the time they believe in him, it will be too late. The Boogeyman. The Invisible Dead. It seemed like the perfect place for a vacation, but it became a living nightmare. The mysterious oasis had taken lives for centuries, but now they were thirsty once again. The Invisible Dead. Trauma. There's never been a serial murderer like him before. He strikes with a blinding fury. He's so fast, he's gone before you're dead. There's no escape from trauma. The Mafu Cage. Two sisters, inseparable.
You're keeping secrets from me.
Nothing could keep them apart except a man.
What?
Are you sensual?
It's a startling psychological thriller starring Carol Kane and Lee Grant. The Mafu Cage. Demoniac. A voice inside his head tells him who shall die. He was a priest imprisoned for a horrible crime, and his twisted repentance is the story of Demoniac. Crimson. He was once a powerful mobster. Then, a brain transplant transforms him into a rampaging monster of medicine. Zombie. This is the original. The very first flesh-eating, living dead creations of Hollywood. Zombie is the classic that started it all. And they've never been hungrier. Fear. An exotic movie location becomes a dangerous setting of passion, witchcraft, and murder. The special effects are deadly. Who says the dead can't have any fun? The Herod Experiment. It was a college of liberal arts, the most liberal arts, attended by the star of Miami Vice, Don Johnson, and Tippi Hedren.
Do you ever think you love somebody, Stanley?
So what? So what if it never happens? Then it never happens.
It's a classic of the sexual revolution, based on the bestseller, The Herod Experiment. Parasite. It's another Wizard original. The very first futuristic monster movie is also one of the greatest. It lives inside of you. Parasite. Wizard Video and Lightning Video invite you to break new ground and dig up higher profits at this incredible graveyard sale. This new alliance will provide you with exciting new merchandising and point-of-purchase support, like one-sheet brochures, posters, and premiums, as well as full-page advertising in national magazines. All this, plus fast delivery of all 37 titles for just $29.95. but you must order between February 5th and April 2nd, 1986. When you do, you'll unleash the power of the Wizard with lightning speed. At these prices, it's like buying 2 for 1, and that's a devil of a deal.
Lightning Video gives you the stars.
Chris, the girl's on the phone again.
With William Shatner and Sybil Shepherd in Secrets of a Married Man.
There are no demands with me. No calls to your house.
Loose Screws, an outrageous comedy about a summer school where an education doesn't come from any textbook. 10 Speed, 400 miles of gleaming spokes and dreams. Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, and David Niven in 55 Days at Peking. Romance and adventure abound in this exotic and spectacular classic. Joanne Woodward stars in See How She Runs, a compelling drama about a strong-willed woman who makes her dream come true. And The House of the Yellow Carpet, a psychological thriller about a mysterious carpet with bizarre powers.
Help me, somebody!
U.S. initial order date, Canada initial offer date, May 5th, 1986.
School's out, except for these 4 loose screws.
Special school. College of Knowledge for morons.
Loose screws! This summer vacation became a summer school dream when they enrolled in special education and discovered learning with a special purpose.
Our mission is to locate and ravage as many women on that bus as possible.
Bean! Oh, you pervert!
You forgot Degenerate.
Get a load of those belugas!
Let's go, let's go!
Now you all know the rule.
So you can all break the rule. They know a little chemistry and just what buttons to push. They'll have it all when they lose it all. Loose screws. It's more fun than you can shake your stick at.
A check for $1,000 to the winner of the Bike-a-thon.
10 Speed. Experience all the excitement and fun of breaking away in this story of a 400-mile bicycle race from San Francisco to Malibu.
You're welcome to ride along with me at my pace, if you think you can keep up.
Steve and Cindy are co-workers who find themselves competing as a team, except they can't seem to get it together.
Hey, honey! Move over!
It's fast-paced fun. Only one person can win, but they'll all give it their best shot. 10 Speed.
The House of the Yellow Carpet. A happy young couple is disturbed by strange nightmares.
You say I talk in my sleep. Well, I've got news for you. So do you, my dear.
Anthony suspects it has something to do with their mysterious Persian rug, so they decide to put the carpet up for sale. But that is only the beginning of a bizarre series of events that brings the young bride face to face with a brutal murderer.
Help! Help me, somebody!
An old Persian legend has it that the color yellow in a carpet only serves to highlight the color of blood.
Will the legend of the carpet end their dreams or their lives? The House of the Yellow Carpet.
"55 Days at Peking."
Look, I suppose you know all hell's going to break loose here.
Charlton Heston, Ava Gardner, and David Niven star in this epic story of the Boxer Rebellion in China. Starving and cut off from help, diplomats and soldiers set aside their differences and join together to survive. Magnificent adventure. exotic romance. 55 Days at Peking, a spectacular classic.
See How She Runs. Betty Quinn is a 40-year-old schoolteacher with the middle-age blues. She decides to take up jogging and finds new life and vitality in her hobby.
I must be running twice as far as I did last month. It's just absolutely amazing.
But as her interest grows into a passion for running, Betty has to put up with unhappy daughters.
It's just not the same anymore.
Used to be able to come home and talk about school and stuff. And now you're off running somewhere.
Vicious animals and would-be attackers.
I'm not going to hurt you. You're no virgin. You son of a bitch!
She refuses to be defeated and enters the Boston Marathon to prove that nothing is impossible. Academy Award winner Joanne Woodward stars in this grueling drama about a woman determined to follow her dreams to the finish line and win. See How She Runs.
Secrets of a Married Man.
Hey, open up. Why is this door locked?
When frustrations at home get to be too much.
What are you guys doing?
Alex said you found me on a doorstep.
And pressures at work begin to mount.
Everything's falling apart down here. I'm gonna have to stay late.
A man needs to let off a little steam.
There are no demands with me. No calls to your house. No rumors. No jealousy, no threats.
But when Chris wants out, he finds things aren't that easy.
What do you want? Capital. I'm not gonna pay it.
He could lose everything, his family, and his job.
Chris, that girl's on the phone again.
Sybil Shepherd and William Shatner.
And you better pay, man. All 5,000.
Secrets of a Married Man.
MCA Home Video is backing your future with the biggest stars, the brightest memories, and the best in home entertainment. In June, we're featuring James Cagney in Never Steal Anything Small, Patty Duke in My Sweet Charlie, Elliot Gould in I Love My Wife, Fenella Flanagan in James Joyce's Women, Debbie Reynolds in Tammy and the Bachelor, Sandra Dee in Tammy and the Doctor, Marty Feldman's the last remake of BoJest, and Triumph in a special April concert release.
The next time I go out, I'll be absolutely bare. I haven't got a thing to wear. I haven't got a thing to wear.
It took me 20 years to get to this point in the union racket. I'm not going to blow it now.
James Cagney's got his eye on union politics and beautiful Shirley Jones. And what Cagney wants, Cagney gets, one way or another.
President, legally elected. Oh, I like this. I like it fine. You know, a man's a fool not to get himself elected president all the time.
I want a car that wins races.
You want to win races? Any horse can win races.
But the point of my case is, I don't want a Chevrolet Corvette.
You want to get me Jeep and Jet?
I want a car that's highly priced.
What about a job that I can heist?
Cagney may be a con, a swindler, and a cheat, but at least he enjoys his work.
You're a gangster, a hoodlum.
If I didn't use the same kind of weapons that are being used against me, the union would be in the hands of crooks bigger than I am.
How do you do? I'm not a nice girl, Dan.
You know, considering you're a crook and a horror, you're really very nice company.
Well, I got the troops ready. What's the scheme?
Take Cagney's advice.
Never steal anything small.
In My Sweet Charlie, an unwanted pregnant girl discovers an abandoned house and an unexpected house guest.
It's a nigger! I found this house. It's mine.
In point of legal fact, you don't belong here any more than I do.
Patty Duke, Al Freeman Jr.
Eat a potato for me.
Eat up. Why?
Well, I want to try a scientific experiment. You like scientific experiments, don't you?
Not especially.
That daddy of yours kicked you out, didn't he?
I hate you! What is it?
Two outcasts, hunted, haunted by prejudice and mistrust.
Well, don't blame me. It ain't my fault you're black.
Well, that tends to imply you think I'd rather be white.
Well, wouldn't you?
If I were white, you think I'd be a better man?
Sure couldn't be no worse. What did the experiment prove?
That a French fried potato tastes the same whether eaten standing or sitting.
Anybody knows that.
Even if the eater happens to be sitting across from a black man. You all right?
Two strangers become two friends. The award-winning landmark production of My Sweet Charlie. MCA Home Video presents Elliot Gould.
I'll be careful.
Brenda Vaccaro.
I know. In the dark, you thought it was me.
In a comedy about one man's dismal attempt at marriage. I Love My Wife.
All right, all right. At least, please turn off the light.
Why? Who's watching?
Temptation takes the form of sultry Angel Tompkins.
Meet me for a drink.
No.
Just a drink.
No.
Well, I'm crazy about you, Helene.
Turn off the light.
Why?
Please.
Helene, this is something beautiful. It's holy, Helene.
Oh, Richard, you don't love me anymore.
What's this got to do with love, huh?
Two people rolling around in bed having sex? I thought we had something more important than that.
What's more important than that?
Back to the motel.
As a young, upwardly mobile husband, Gould does his best to keep his marriage fresh and full of romance. But then every man has his breaking point.
Look, don't be so excited. It was only sex. I didn't even know her last name.
Oh, my God, did you hear that? God, did you hear he didn't know her last name?
Jody, you wanted me to tell you, and I did.
Yes, I wanted you to tell me, but I didn't want to hear it.
I Love My Wife.
My husband was a lonely man all his life.
How many true loves can one lifetime hold?
We wrote letters to relieve the loneliness. Nora, my true love, you must really take me in hand. I wonder, is there some madness in me? Or is love madness? One moment I see you like a virgin or Madonna. The next moment I see you shameless, insolent, half naked, and obscene.
How many true loves can one lifetime hold? For James Joyce, the answer is as complex as the depth of his creative genius, yet as simple as a walk by a stream. James Joyce explores womankind as no author has before or since. Their desires, their secrets, their fears. Fionnuala Flanagan stars in this lyrical masterpiece, beautifully photographed, unforgettably intimate, passionately told. James Joyce's Women. In 1957, an entire nation of moviegoers fell in love with an unsophisticated backwoods girl. Debbie Reynolds is the actress who stole the hearts of millions in Tammy and the Bachelor. It's the Cinderella story of a girl, her faithful goat, her rascally grandpa, and a wealthy Southern gentleman whom she saves.
nurses back to health, and then falls in love with. Co-starring Leslie Nielsen and Walter Brennan.
Ain't no need for you to hang your head because of some fool law they made up in Washington about corn liquor.
I reckon you don't want anybody around who's kin to somebody in jail. So I'll thank you for the night's lodging, and I'll be going. I just know about living and dying and getting born. I don't know about loving, but I figure I can learn.
You told me once I was afraid of being a failure. Well, you're right.
No, can't you see, Pete? You're just one of a line that goes back beyond the time of knowing. A line of people that ever wrestle with the earth to get their living from it. Tammy's in love.
Fall in love with Tammy and the Bachelor. Look who's leaving the backwoods for the big city. Sandra Dee in Tammy and the Doctor. The irrepressible Tammy comes to Los Angeles to help out at a hospital. Well, help may not be the right word.
I plumb forgot to put back their jewelry.
Peter Fonda is the young doctor with an acute case of love sickness in this heartwarming and hilarious story of a naive girl from Mississippi who sets the world of modern medicine on its ear.
Now I've got to change my gown.
Now, how come he busted into such a swivet?
You shouldn't have touched him.
Well, why not?
Because he's sterile.
Oh, well, my goodness. At his age, you wouldn't figure it'd make any difference.
And now you want me to kiss you so you can compare.
Well, that's what Miss Cole said I just gotta do. Well, now, I can't do no comparing with a picayune little peck like that.
Sandra Dee is Tammy, and Peter Fonda is the doctor. Incurable romance is the diagnosis for Tammy and the Doctor.
He started the tradition of the desert epic. He ends it, the last remake of Beau Geste. Anne Margaret as Marty Feldman's only mother. Michael York as her favorite son.
I only hope I lived up to what a mother should expect from her son.
Peter Ustinov.
And I despise you all. And I don't even know you yet.
And James Earl Jones.
How do you do?
We interrupt this commercial to bring you a commercial.
I want to tell you something. You want a good set of humps? Come to Camelot. I've got here the best deals in town. Look at this here. This is a beautiful animal. This happens to be a convertible. You take off the hump, you put on a couple dots. What do you got in the summer? You got a giraffe. The kids will love it.
Despite his looks, Marty Feldman's no fool. He put in action, love, tragedy, spectacle, tears, camels, soldiers, a cast of thousands. Lunch? Yes, this is the one they said couldn't be made. The motion picture that asks the unforgivable question.
Where is the food?
What? Where?
Here.
Where?
It.
What?
Gone.
I'll talk.
Marty Feldman's the last remake of Beau Geste.
Coming in April. Live from the US Festival, as millions of fans will tell you, the word for hard driving rock and roll is triumph. Triumph. hits from one of rock's most popular concert bands. Triumph, live at the US Festival. From tough guy James Cagney to crazy guy Marty Feldman, from a young star of the 60s, Sandra Dee, to a new star of the 80s, Fanula Flanagan, we're committed to making your future brighter than ever, providing you with a wide range of programming to meet the needs of a modern marketplace. That's MCA Home Video.
Open the champagne and toss the confetti. It's a celebration, the opening of a brand new video company, Charter Entertainment. And we have quality releases that will make you want to join in the celebration. We have current theatrical releases with today's hottest stars, splashy comedies, chilling horror, riveting drama, and spectacular science fiction. Charter promises to supply point of purchase that gets to the point, eye-catching posters, stunning standees, colorful counter cards, and versatile oversized cassette boxes. Charter will provide only what you need, want, and use. And when your needs change, so will our POP. We have the POP materials and a hotline for you 24 hours a day, 1-800-342-5343. Advertising support that builds customer awareness, and power packaging for a self-service world that will stop your shopper and rent itself. To welcome you to Charter Entertainment, we are offering a starter kit. Buy all 10 titles and get a 10% discount, plus a special coupon good for a free Kiss of the Spider-Woman satin jacket, a retail value of $50. Offer expires February 28th. Now let's look at this month's hot releases and special coming attraction. What would you do if 4,000 Zulus were angry with you? Michael Caine stars as the fearless commander left to defend his tiny encampment with 105 terrified soldiers.
We haven't done too badly.
In the great tradition of Lawrence of Arabia, the Alamo, and Gunga Din, Zulu.
Oh, my God.
The action-adventure film that will make your customers come back for more. To build rental interest in this outstanding release, we will make available this full-color poster. Just contact your distributor. Nothing can stop him, not even time. Time Walker.
I'm sorry, did I startle you?
The coffin of the noble traveler has been discovered. The mummy has disappeared. And soon after, several bizarre murders occur. The Time Walker is alive again, and nothing can stop him, not even time. Use this counter card to attract customers' attention. From a vast and distant galaxy, a space adventure like no other. Star Crash.
Okay, get ready. Here they come.
An epic struggle between the forces of good and evil. Starring David Hasselhoff, Marjo Gortner, and Carolyn Monroe as Stella Star, the most beautiful pilot in the galaxy. Star Crash.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I perhaps propose a toast?
They were invited to a party.
To our 10 little Indians and to absent friends, amongst whom we might perhaps include our host.
But it was really an invitation to murder. One by one, they die. The survivors try to solve the mystery. Who will be next? Oliver Reed, Elka Summer, Richard Attenborough, and Agatha Christie's 10 Little Indians. It's illegal, immoral, and just plain funny. Donald Sutherland has a perfect plan to rob a bank of over $4 million. Well, almost perfect, until Brooke Adams gets in the way.
Perfect, just what I needed. Could you stand right there? Denise, get me a card. Oh, beautiful. Denise, throw some light up into those crazy eyes of his.
What?
Do you always have a hard hat?
A man, a woman, and a bank. An almost perfect love story in disguise.
Now, stroke it. Nice and easy.
He aims right for your pocket, and he never misses.
Stop that.
James Coburn and Bruce Boxleitner are on their way to a high-stakes showdown.
160 grand. Hell, after we take the Deacon down, you'll be able to buy your own pool room.
Let's call it the Pool Hustler Super Bowl. It's a freewheeling, quick-dealing, fun-loving comedy. The Baltimore Bullet. Hot machines and a race for glory. The first ever major motion picture about motocross, the fastest growing sport in America. See some of the most amazing stunts ever captured on film. It's a daredevil race that could take their lives. Susan Howard, Michael Parks, and Marjo Gortner in Sidewinder 1.